Alright, I got my hay bale, a gallon of diesel fuel, and the straw blower, and a bunch of brush. So it came a good little shower this morning. Kind of wet everything down just because I'm just surrounded by woods where I've got to burn. I wanted the everything to be pretty wet. So I'm going to start getting this cleaned up and burnt down today. I've got a pile of nice dry cedars over there. I'm going to burn about half of it. I don't expect to burn all this today. Just because I'm going to try to do a little small fire just so it doesn't disturb too much around here. There are still a few houses around here and I don't want it to smoke ungodly bad today. So I'm going to dig actually a hole right here to burn into and put those cedars in there and get this started. Alright, got a little pit dug, nothing pretty, just serves the purpose of burning in there and having the ashes below ground once I'm done burning. So it's about a 15 by 20 foot hole there. So I'm going to put my hay bale in there and set it on fire and then grab some of that cedar and put on top of it and hopefully it'll get to burning. Alright, I got the bale of straw started. Got a bunch of old rotten cedar trees. I'm hoping that that's all I need to get this going good. Break them up into little pieces. I'm not going to burn all that. I want to save that because I'm probably not, like I said, probably not going to have all that burnt today. And I want to have some dry wood to be able to start it back tomorrow. Because it is supposed to rain a fair amount. Time to shut the door. It's going to get a little smoky. But if I get a good fire going, I should still have some hot coals in there, regardless if it rains a lot or not. Nice dry little sticks right here. That's what'll get it burning. Right here, that's a good pile of dry stuff. Put that on there and splash a little diesel fuel and put the leaf blower on it. I'll let that do what it's gonna do. Leaf blower on there, letting it do what it's gonna do. Grab some of these hardwood branches. They're about the cleanest of the trees I have around here. Pile a little of those in there. Try not to process. I didn't put any diesel fuel on there. I just started the blower up, let it get to doing. Starting to get hot in there now, though. But I don't think it's quite ready to put that on the back side. It can start drying out a little bit. Might be still be a little wet. Leaf blower's doing the trick. Piling some small stuff on there so that it gets nice and hot before all that cedar burns up. That's what's burning right now, is that nice dry cedar wood. Might have to go move the leaf blower back in a second. I don't want to melt the end of it off. Bad. The smoke's blowing away from all the houses up through the woods. It's nice and wet, so I don't have to worry about setting the woods on fire. I think everything's going to be a-okay for today. I got plenty of dry stuff left. I'm going to go ahead and put these 3 bigger logs on here. Pile of dirt. That dirt will not help anything at all. Maybe that'll give it a little more heat to keep burning pretty good here. need to go move that leaf blower back. It's gonna melt the end of it here in just a second. It's getting hot now. Maybe I can put it right here. Be right back. It wasn't getting as hot as I thought it was. Smoke was blowing that way though. It's kind of blowing towards those houses. Catch up for a minute. Problem is all this green pine stuff I took down is just so wet. It's got a lot of moisture. Just gonna create that blue smoke. Not to piss everybody off out here on a Sunday, but when you're in this kind of work, you kind of got to work with the weather. I mean, it might be another 3 weeks before it rains again and it's safe enough to burn. I can't sit here around and wait for it to be safe again. Kind of got to do it when you can do it. Almost smashed the blower. Okay, I'm gonna let that catch up and watch it burn down for a minute or two. After I put this on. One more. I don't know, the smoke's kind of going that way now. I might have to take advantage of when the smoke's blowing in the right direction and stack it on there. It's not getting much air with that stump. That's the one I almost smashed the blower with. There we go. Let it cook, let it cook. I don't know, as long as the smoke ain't blowing towards that house, I won't keep putting it on there. It's that much less stuff I got to worry about burning. Whatever doesn't burn is going to disappear down here in that hole and then get covered up with mud. dry stuff. I think I'm just gonna let the blower keep blowing until it runs out of gas. It's helping it keep it nice and hot. And the hotter it is, the cleaner it burns. I do a little dry stuff and then a little of this wetter bottom mess crap. What I'll do before I leave, I'll put these stumps on there. That'll kind of hold the embers down and stuff, and they'll burn throughout the night there. Keep it going for tomorrow, hopefully. Like I said, I'm going to keep all that dry stuff now that I've got a decent fire going. I don't need it. I'm going to put these cedar stumps on there, they will burn. Throw it over there to the back, it'll dry out enough and catch up. I like to put this river birch stump on there and get it out of the way. And knock a little more dirt off of it first. It's probably pretty adequate. A couple more and then I'm going to stop for a minute, let it catch up. Like I said, I was going to about 20 grapplefuls to go. So once you get a hot fire going, you don't want to stop feeding it. But that'll give me time to get down there and transfer a little more over. Baby burn. Well, I got rid of a fair amount right there. Let that catch up. Stack some more on. That'll quit smoking so bad in just a minute. I think the leaf blower. Got a nice and hot fire there now. Minimum amount of smoke. Not much at all. Luckily it's going about straight up in the air and then over. Well, that's good. I'm glad. I was a little worried that this was just going to be an absolute nightmare to burn, but keeping it nice and hot, I'm probably going to cut the blower off and let that burn down some. I only got one tank of gas for it. Let that burn down, and then when I stack all this back on there, start it back up so it can heat it up again. Burning really good now. Trying to stay upwind of the ashes and the sparks there, and now they're blowing this way. Which way are they blowing? This way now. Let me get on this side. I want to lay a little more on here and then go up there and finish transferring the rest of that down here. Now it's burning so hot, I don't mind if it actually gets a pretty decent fire. I don't have a whole lot. I mean, there's a lot of stuff right here, but there's not a lot left up there to have to transfer down. So put me 2 or 3 big grapple fills on here. Let that burn down while I go transfer some more. I might get all this burnt today. If I do, that's going to be great. Get all this crap out of here. pretty good, so I'm gonna let that be good. We'll throw some more down. Why is it the fires that you think were going to be an absolute nightmare to burn always burn the best and hardly smoke, and the ones that you think are going to go easily, you spend all day long and you never get that much burnt? I've burnt almost half this pile in an hour. Can't complain here. I mean, this stuff, literally, I drug it out of the pond. It is sloppy, soaking wet. A week ago. Huh. Rather be lucky than good. Never would have thought in 2 hours I would have burnt everything that was piled up. I got that last little bit right there to burn. That's not going to burn. That's just the old roots and dirt and crap that I've raked up that I'm going to put down there with the rest of it. But that bad boy is burning good. For some good old wet trees and bushes, I'm thoroughly impressed. Get it burnt down. Everything's starting to dry out a little bit around here, and I want to get it burnt down, that way I can leave here in a little bit and not have to worry about a fire getting out. But I think everything's pretty wet, and if it was going to catch on fire, it would have done it by now. Let it burn down. Alright, I'm going to put the last little bit of stuff on there and let it burn down. I'm going to hang out here for another hour and a half or so, and just kind of keep it all pushed up. But in the next hour and a half or so, it should burn down nicely, and just kind of leave. I mean, it's still going to be burning pretty good, don't get me wrong, but it won't be as raging as it is right now. Burn down as much as possible before I leave. Back there and cover it up with pond mud. It's pretty much mud, few sticks anyway, so get that put in there and tracked in when I come back next weekend to move mud and clean everything up. That's it. That's all that's going on there. Could not ask for a better fire. That's everything on there burning down now. I don't even know if I scorched the pine branches there or not. I don't know how hardwood trees do with no leaves on them. I don't know if it affects them or not. If it does, it's just that one branch. That bad boy is hot. Nice and clear though. Not even hardly smoking. Fire one last good push up here. Stacked up on it. I'm gonna let it burn down some and call it a day. Grab a little of this stuff right here. Stuff right here beside it, just to kind of help contain everything. broke in half, like so. It's keeping a lot of stuff from falling down in there. Get everything I can over top of the pit, that way as it burns down throughout the day and night, it'll just kind of keep falling down in there and feeding itself. When everything's piled up, it's up here on the shore, I mean on the sides of it, it's when it won't burn quite good enough. I want to get this log right here. Bit better. Like that. That way as it burns down, it'll fall down into the hole. And that should kind of do its thing right there. Keep burning on down. Alright, that was the last stack up I'm going to do on that before heading out of here. We'll just kind of sit there and burn on down. Everything's pretty much right over top of that pit now, so it'll just burn down and fall down in there this evening. At least all of the pine straw and everything in the woods is still nice and damp. Shouldn't have a problem. I mean, you pick it up, the stuff's still soaking wet. I think we'll be okay. Alright, I'm going to let that burn down, and I'll be back next weekend to start taking all that mud that's up there. First I got to take all those roots and everything and put a lift in here and then cover it up with that mud.